have both been shortlisted for the BAFTAs Film Awards. The BAFTAs are Britain's equivalent of Hollywood's Academy Awards and will be watched closely for hints of who may win at the Oscars in March.
Detonator charged.
Discharged and preparing for glory. Is this the year director Christopher Nolan wins his first ever BAFTA?
We're in a race against the Nazis.
Oppenheimer has 13 nominations, including Best Actor for Cillian Murphy as the theoretical physicist behind the atomic bomb.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best day ever.
Maybe not the best day for Barbie, with just 5 chances of a BAFTA win next month. The most popular movie across the world last year, but not in the running for Best Film, though its producer Margot Robbie is up for Best Actress. Does pregnant Barbie Emerald Fennell see it as a snub?
I just think Barbie speaks for itself. It's a complete and utter masterpiece.
Well, why don't you come home with me? Come to Saltburn.
Fennell wrote and directed the gothic romance and social media sensation Saltburn, which also has 5 nominations, including Outstanding British Film.
Beautiful eyes.
There are 3 acting nods for Rosamund Pike, Jacob Elordi and lead Barry Keoghan.
Saltburn is an entirely British crew. We were over 50% women on our cast and crew as well, which meant a great deal to us. And so, you know, something like BAFTA means the world to us.
This is Bella.
The fantastical coming-of-age comedy Poor Things is also riding high with 11 nominations. And the heartwarming 1970s drama The Holdovers is up for 7 awards.
I had you guys stuck with babysitting duty this year. How'd you manage that?
Including for Paul Giamatti as a curmudgeonly teacher and Davine Joy Randolph as a grieving mother.
It really means a lot. I used to always call it when I was younger the British Oscars. So to me, it feels like I just got nominated for an Oscar today.
But amongst BAFTA's omissions, Martin Scorsese isn't on the Best Directing list for Killers of the Flower Moon. His true crime story about the murders of Native Americans is up for Best Film.
What was that?
But neither Leonardo DiCaprio nor co-star Lily Gladstone are nominated.
It's supposed to be a suicide, you dumb.
Though Oscar winner Robert De Niro is, it would be his first ever BAFTA win.
A teenager from a small town on the Murray River is going to extraordinary lengths in her bid to secure a meeting with an astronaut. Emily McLaren is trying to raise $6,000 by recycling a mammoth amount of cans and bottles so she can attend an exclusive space camp in the US. Dozens of local households inspired by her efforts are now helping her to realise her dream.
Clinking beer bottles and rattling soft drink cans have become a constant chorus in Emily McLaren's life as she saves up money to attend an American space camp.
I really like learning how it all works. I find that really fascinating.
The trip's going to cost about $12,000, so the 14-year-old has set out to ease the burden on her parents by raising half the money herself.
It's something that I have to do because my mum's not always going to be there to pay for everything.
Emily has already deposited 8,000 cans and bottles after 1 month, meaning she needs another 52,000 before her October deadline.
I feel like since I've raised the money myself, it's very rewarding, and I really like the fact, and I feel like I'm going to be very proud when I get on that plane.
Households across the small border towns of Echuca and Moama have thrown their support behind the initiative, offering their spare containers to the cause. The generous donors ranging from family, friends to strangers from social media.
There are a few farmers that had said, look, there's some laying around our farm. And so we had spent half a day bagging up and collecting bottles and cans that were around the farm there. So we've just been absolutely amazed with the support of our community.
Locals are proud to see a young woman taking initiative.
I think it's just great to see a young person with such dreams and passion, and a lot of people just really want to acknowledge and support that.
Most supportive of all, a mum seeing her daughter chasing her passions.
It's just makes you feel really proud of your kids, and just shows that all the effort that we put in sometimes, they start to not take things for granted.
Monty Jacka, ABC News, Echuca.
Time for sport now. Here's Emma Rebelato.
The debate about late nights and early morning finishes at the Australian Tennis Open rages on after Daniil Medvedev's match finished after 3:30 this morning local time. Medvedev, though, pulled off one of the great Australian Open comebacks. He triumphed over Finland's Emil Ruusuvuori 3-6, 6-7, 6-4, 7-6, 6-love in a match that lasted 4 hours and 23 minutes. The match didn't even start till after 11 p.m. That was due to a rain delay earlier on. And also the previous match, Anna Blinkova defeated Jelena Rybakina in the longest tiebreaker in women's Grand Slam history, 22-20. Now, as for Medvedev's match, even he's surprised that the fans stuck around. Here's what he had to say post-match.
I honestly, guys, I would not be here. Thanks for staying. If I would be a tennis fan and I would come, I would be at 1, I would be like, okay, let's go home. We're going to catch the end of the match on the TV. We're going to watch 30 minutes and go to bed. So I guess thanks, guys. So you're strong.
So today we have two Aussies to support in the singles, Storm Hunter and Alex de Minaur. After a pretty disappointing day yesterday, Ajla Tomljanovic lost to Latvia's Jelena Ostapenko in 3 sets, with her match going till after midnight. She fought back from losing the first set 6-love to take out the second 6-3, but eventually the 11th seed Latvian took the match with 6-4 in the third. Thanasi Kokkinakis also put up a massive fight last night. He came back from 2 sets down to take the third set, but ended up losing in 4 sets to Bulgarian Grigor Dimitrov. Earlier, Max Purcell lost a 5-set thriller, going down to 11th seed Casper Ruud, with the 5th set going to a tiebreak. The Socceroos are into the round of 16 of the Asian Cup after a 1-0 win over Syria. Australia dominated possession but was saved by the woodwork early on. The Socceroos just couldn't get a shot on target until Jackson Irvine scored the only goal of the game in the 59th minute. The Socceroos then withstood several Syrian attacks late in the game to hold on for the win. Well, we love a buzzer beater in the NBL, and that is exactly what we got last night. The Cairns Taipans were down by 2 points to the Illawarra Hawks and looked headed for defeat when Lat Mayen stepped up, scoring a 3-point winner on the buzzer to claim a stunning win on the road. Tajir McCall led the way for the Cairns with 28 points, 7 rebounds and 6 assists, while Illawarra star Gary Clark had 36 points. The Tour Down Under continues today in South Australia. Today's Stage 4 sees the cyclists race from Murray Bridge through to Port Elliot, covering 136 kilometres. Mexican Isaac Del Toro Romero is wearing the Oka Leaders jersey yet again. West Australian Sam Welsford claimed his second stage yesterday with a sprint finish.
Time now for a look at the weather. Here's Nate Byrne.
The monsoon arrived this week and it is continuing to bring big falls across northern Australia. We've seen plenty of storm activity through Queensland as well. A trough there likely to trigger even more thunderstorm activity today. Meanwhile, heat in the west is a real focus. We'll keep an eye on that low off in the Coral Sea as well through the outlook. For now, though, severe to extreme heatwave conditions in WA and some high fire danger for a broad area of the state as well. The focus is going to be on the rain, with communities evacuated in parts of the Territory and a lot more rain to come. There's those severe thunderstorm cells picking up through Queensland's interior, potentially getting into the northeast of New South Wales as well today. It means some showers and maybe a storm for Brisbane. You're getting to 33, but further south we've got clear skies. Sunny and 28 in Sydney, 27 in Canberra. After a couple of drops this morning, Melbourne should have a fine 21 to come. Hobart's looking at some showers, getting to 21 degrees. Should all dry up for this evening though. Adelaide, sunny at 29. Perth's getting to 28, and more showers and storms around for Darwin, 32 the maximum there. Now, as we move through the weekend, we're going to still see lots of rain out of that tropical low over the Territory, but we'll start watching that low off the Queensland coast late this weekend, perhaps early next week. A tropical cyclone is forming and it's looking increasingly likely that it could take a westwards turn towards the Queensland coast. Perhaps we're looking at a coastal crossing in the second half of next week. It's one to keep a very close eye on, as is that low in the north. Still hundreds of millimetres yet to come as it starts to shift its way slowly westwards into northern WA. For your Saturday, it means we're looking at a bit of wet weather still sticking around for Brisbane. The rest of the south is fine, other than a possible shower in Hobart. Perth's starting to warm up again. You're back in the 30s. And up top, no significant change for Darwin. Top of 32.
More on our top stories coming up next on the ABC News Channel.
ultimate working dog challenge is back.
Come on, puppies.
With a fresh new litter of pedigree puppies matched with 5 ambitious stock handlers.
You look after me and I'll look after you.
Muster Dogs. Stream now on ABC iView.
She has muscular dystrophy, but
She is a fighter.
Marnie has a serious chest infection. She's deteriorating rapidly. Her body is failing her.
is she dying now? They don't get to decide what to do. She is our child. Promise me that you will fight for her.
I will fight with everything I've got.
Best Interests. Stream all episodes now on ABC iView. A chance encounter.
Is anyone home? Are you trying to finish me off?
An unlikely friendship.
Detective Sergeant, retired.
Clinical nurse manager, retired.
And a mystery round every corner.
Middle of nowhere, and somebody's been bloody murdered.
Greta Skarkey and Brian Brown star
Trouble in paradise.
in a mysterious new series.
Someone murdered your friend.
Darby and Joan, tomorrow 7:30 on ABC TV and ABC iView.
We could hold the balance of power for a generation. You know what's going on here?
What happened to pulling your head?
What is happening?
When the time comes, we'll cut her loose.
Total Control. Sunday 8:30 on ABC and ABC iView.
Dad was very careful, very secretive.
A personal search
What was it like for my dad trying to start a new life and then having his past chase him?
uncovers a secret past
Did you have to shoot the Germans yourself?
There was a war going on after the war.
and illuminates a hidden chapter of Australian history.
Why do we allow war criminals to come here?
If he did do it, is it wrong or is it right?
Revenge. Our Dad the Nazi Killer. Monday at 8.
Get more from your garden all year round with a subscription to ABC Gardening Australia and Organic Gardener magazines. Gardening Australia is packed with expert advice and ideas to guide you through each season. And in Organic Gardener, discover green ways to live, grow and save. And enjoy a fresh new year with the 2024 calendars and diaries. ABC Gardening Australia and Organic Gardener magazines. Subscribe now at abcmagazines.com.au.
We're surrounded by extraordinary Australians making a real difference to our community, our country and our planet.
Join us
as we reward
The great work
and dedicated service
of everyday Australians.
Join me, Lee Sales, live from Canberra as we learn the Australian of the Year.
Who will be?
Who will be?
Who will be?
Who will be Australian of the Year?
Thursday 7:30 on ABC TV and ABC iView.
We live in a chemical age. More than ever before, humans understand the reactions that rule our bodies and the universe. Remarkable breakthroughs in chemistry have shed new light on how we see life on Earth, the rise of humanity, and how we've transformed our planet and ourselves. Chemistry is at the core of how human beings have shaped the world.
Chemistry is the basis for all materials, so it will very much be a core part of how we address the challenges that we face and the solutions that we develop.
But our mastery of chemicals has a price.
And in the process of becoming who we are, we're now threatening our very own existence.
Our sewage systems were public health triumphs, but there's been unintended consequences for growing food.
The invention of the flush toilet basically broke the phosphorus cycle. Without phosphorus, you can't